Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at something, man, that just blows my mind. I can't even comprehend what kind of mindset you have to be in to do something this bad. Like, your levels of human affection have to be at such a low point, right, for you to behave this way, just completely out of pocket. I mean, just thinking to the fact that someone actually went through with this and behaved this way makes me honestly fear for the future of society, man. As you could probably tell by the title, we're going to be taking a look at an extreme case of somebody just being down pitiful, down horrible. Like, God forbid you ever have to endure something this just stressful on yourself. We'll be taking a look at the poor man who unfortunately spent $10,000 to meet a fan, or he's actually the fan, to meet an OnlyFans model that he had a thing for, right? So in the last few years, we've seen this explosion online of guys paying for these OnlyFans premium Snapchats, the entire, buffet of different options that are now available for women to use to kind of make money simply for showing off their body and things like that. Now, I feel like this is kind of a quote-unquote unnecessary industry because as a young man myself, right, I don't understand the concept of, and I've said this time and time again, I don't understand the concept of spending money on one of these things, right? I mean, you think about these OnlyFans accounts, and 90% of the time, these women are charging $10, $20, $50 a month for access to these pictures of themselves, these videos, whatever they're uploading, when you simply could just, start a search off on Google with the letter P, get anything you want for free. Most of the time, the women on there are going to probably be more attractive. You have no financial obligation, once your hand cramps up or whatever, you're finished, right? So I never understood the concept of buying these things, but unfortunately, there are people out there who will spend upwards of $10,000 simply to meet people off these websites. Now, this came out over on Reddit, and it says, so this simp pays $10,000 to meet an OnlyFans chick that he follows. All he got was a hug, and she uses his donation to fund a trip for her and her real boyfriend to travel. This is where your money goes when you pay for OnlyFans. Whatever she doesn't spend on herself, she spends on her husband or boyfriend. I mean, an absolute tragic situation unfolding here in the title of this Reddit post. I mean, you gotta think about it, and unfortunately, I gotta say the guy's probably right. I don't know if I'm talking to anyone here who's buying these, who's doing this stuff, giving just ridiculous amounts of money like this to people, but you gotta go ahead and focus on yourself, man. I mean, you're giving her $10,000 for her to get her back blown out by somebody who isn't you, and on top of that, she's taking the dude on vacation. I mean, I gotta say, doesn't sound like a bad life if you're the boyfriend, right? Not only do you have a girl who's got these guys paying $10,000 just to meet them, but she's taking you on vacations, and best of all, you're the one hitting it from the back. And to think all that you get was a hug, right? Oh my god, bro. $10,000 and all you're getting is a motherfucking hug? This might sound messed up, but let's say I'm in this position, right? I pay $10,000, all I get is a hug in a hotel room. Honestly, I might have to go ahead and mistakes were made myself. If you know, you know. So there's some actual pictures, I guess, that have unfolded from this entire thing here. I met my top fan for $10,000, and you can see here we got our boy on the right, we got her on the left. I think we all can notice why perhaps he might be her top fan, okay? I'm not gonna say directly what the reasoning behind such a paid moment would be, but I think we all kind of have the reasoning here, the rationale figured out, right? Now, I know a lot of people are against OnlyFans and things like that, and I'm actually not. I think that it's completely acceptable. I don't really see a big problem with it, right? I mean, these girls are chasing the bag. I can't really hate on somebody for going out and making money, doing their thing like this, right? Go chase the bag. There's always going to be people down bad enough to do things like this. I really can't fault them for kind of gaming the system and making this money like this and just taking the fucking free money basically handed to them for something like this. But I have to wonder here, how in the absolute Kentucky Fried fuck is the only thing you get out of this situation a goddamn hug, bro? For $10,000, not only is there going to be like a 7-course feast laid out, but I'm expecting, like the ultimate experience, right? Like you would think for 10,000 fucking dollars, like what can you do for 10 grand? You can legitimately buy a vehicle for $10,000. You can put a down payment down on a house for $10,000. You can start a business with $10,000. You can go to college for $10,000. The possibilities, like 10 grand is a decent amount of money, right? That's no chump change. But instead you spent it on a goddamn hug from a woman that you're never going to see again. Like, honestly, dude, the way that I see it, there's only two potential scenarios here. Either number one, this man just has money to blow and that 10,000 isn't even like a fucking drop in the bucket to him. And my man just doesn't care how he's spending his money. He's just living life like the Wolf of Wall Street or something. Or number two, this man is a common hardworking person who saved up for months to build up this much money to fucking do this, to get a hug. And then as you'll see from the same picture, we're going to see the world together, babe, one vacay at a time. And this is not the same guy. He looks shorter, looks skinnier, looks different. I mean, they look, I guess, somewhat alike, but not the same guy. She's clearly got somebody else. Oh my goodness, man. Like, what do you honestly fucking do, bro? Now, there's been a challenge on the play, right? People have been throwing the red flag. They are challenging the official ruling on the field that this is just sad. People are actually bringing up quite a good point, okay? How many people are going to spend 10 bands just to get a fucking hug, right? And you can tell from the image that they're in some sort of hotel room. This does not look like your average bedroom. This looks like, you know, a Best Western or something, right? Is it possible that she's lying? That she's capping? Let me produce a scenario here for the jury. Let's say, hypothetically, right, she goes, hey babe, one of my OnlyFans top fans want to meet me for $10,000, but I'm only going to give him a hug, and I'll spend that money on vacation for us, right? We'll go out to the desert somewhere. We'll go out to fucking Sandy Shores from GTA. I don't know where they're at, right? She butters up her boyfriend. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna get to go on vacation. That's $10,000, right? Like, you go make that money, babe. But at the end of the day, this simp here is expecting a little more for $10,000, right? And there's a secret arrangement beyond the two of them that man is gonna get in some walls in this hotel room for that $10,000, getting his favorite OnlyFans model served to him on a silver platter. Would that be possible? Are we talking about a potential cheating scenario here? I'm not sure. But all I'm gonna say here, as politely as I can, she better have fucking cheated on this man for $10,000 to save this man's dignity. I mean, there's absolutely zero chance you could get me to do something like this. At the end of the day, we'll never know what really transpired in that hotel room. He has apparently on social media made the claim that he only got a hug. But here's another thing I'm not getting. Why? $10,000 just seems like too much money to do this for me, right? Like, y'all really don't see a benefit in just downloading, like, Tinder on your phone and just matching with some women in your area and just taking them on a nice date and just, like, you know, having that option there? It's infinitely cheaper. You can find attractive women on things like Tinder, on dating websites or whatever. You don't look like a fucking goof for spending $10,000 on a hug. And you get to do, you know, whatever you please, you know, as long as it's consensual between the two of you and whatnot, and you match with them or whatever, you won, right? Like, you got what you need, and you can just move forward with your life. Like, I don't see the necessity in spending that much money on something so fucking stupid. And the thing is my man, no offense, does not look like he's pulling in some crazy amount of money, right? He's dressed like a pretty common person. We're not seeing this guy out here in the fucking Supreme Louis Vuitton crossover hoodie with some fucking Goyard on his waist or something, right? Like, we're talking about what appears to be like an average person I would expect to be working like a regular job, right? I don't know, maybe you guys can explain this one to me in the comments below, but I'm just not comprehending how this even goes down for you, man. With that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, just unable to comprehend this one, and signing out.